Alright guys, what's the crack? Welcome back to the Media and Morons podcast where we discuss all things media. Today I'm joined by a group of morons, one being Alex,
Ooh.
two being Dion,
Hey.
three being Sean,
Yo.
four being Ethan.
Hi.
So we're going to jump right into Alex's conspiracy theory of this week. Take it away, Alex.
Yep. I have a very exciting conspiracy theory for y'all.
I'm intrigued.
Yep. So if any of you can remember back far enough, there was a guy called Hitler.
Never heard of him.
This is a different conspiracy theory.
And so he's actually not dead. I don't know if you know this, but yeah. So
Just a bit of clarification for the audience. We tried recording this episode yesterday, and there was some audio problems, so the software we're using didn't really work, didn't go well. So we're now re-recording it, and we had a different theory yesterday, so this is a surprise to us.
well, I thought I would mix it up. You know, you're just as surprised as everybody listening.
People do think that he's still alive, but like, how didn't the government find his body?
So
But he didn't have a body double back in the war, or somebody who looked like him.
I don't know. I mean, I would say he probably did, because he was somewhat important.
I would have if I was that way.
But yeah, no, there was multiple reports that he's in Argentina, or to be fair, it's 2021 now, so I think he probably would be he'd be dead anyway because of old age.
He'd be like 130.
Well,
unless he's immortal.
The Nazis are experimenting with some weird stuff. He could be that age and still.
I mean, if people believe that he was living in Argentina, I'm pretty sure they believe that he's still alive now. But yeah, so apparently this theory goes that he was flown out of Germany to a German airbase in Denmark, and then he was taken across the Atlantic by a U-boat, and then arrived at some ranch somewhere in Argentina by horseback.
Just imagine he gets off and is like, just completely changed. Well, fellas,
I'm back at the ranch.
It's just the idea that, like, Hitler, of all people, would just be like living out the rest of his life on a wee ranch or something.
Yeah.
Or like on a farm.
Just became a farmer.
Like, what? He was like a leader of a nation at one point, and then all of a sudden he's like, I'm just gonna sew and make my own dinner. Did he take, I don't actually know this, but did any of his family survive?
Well, he killed his wife and Wayne's, didn't he, before killing himself then, apparently.
You mean he killed him before he moved to Argentina?
Imagine it's like he thought he was done, and it's like, well, kids, my lovely wife, this is it, we're done. Shits them. Guy walks in. Hallelujah, way to get you out of here. Ah, fuck.
Oh my god.
You couldn't have told me 5 minutes earlier.
Dun, 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 dun.
There is a lot of theories like that, though, that people that have famously died are still alive.
Oh yeah.
And you just wonder why, how, do people just want them to be alive so badly that they create theories?
I think so.
Just putting a plate now in Belgium.
Sure, Tupac as well. Sure, there's that theory that he's still alive.
There's a theory that Eminem's dead.
There's a theory that Avril Lavigne's dead as well.
Yeah,
Save
that one.
McCann's dead.
Eminem was. I appreciate him. Eminem. Eminem has apparently been a body double. Someone killed him and replaced him with somebody who's better, singing wise, and because he's so controversial, he's less controversial. It's so weird.
Wow.
That's the same as the Avril Lavigne story. They think she died at the height of her success, and they just replaced her with a body double.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because people like look at their music and stuff like that and be like, but it changed here, and this song's different to this song. And you're
Yeah,
like,
but like, have you
you're
ever
like,
seen Miley Cyrus? It
Yeah,
happens.
exactly. I know she went from like Hannah Montana to Miley Cyrus. Like she changed completely.
Changed her name.
She
yeah.
got the best of both worlds.
Well, she did have the best of both worlds. Like,
Yeah.
And she went fucking insane.
she's
Okay,
got the best of three
breakups.
worlds now.
Breakups do that to you, though. Leave her be.
Sure.
Maybe
Whatever.
If she was
she
with
just
one of the Hemsworth, I would never break up with her my entire life.
Yeah.
maybe she just like had a severe case of multiple personality disorder.
She actually, from her childhood, she actually believes there is a Hannah Montana in her head.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
What
put it
she did-
past her.
Like, you learn about all the strict rules that Disney stars have when they're younger, and you just think, how come more of them didn't go off the rails when they left
Yeah.
Disney?
I
It's
know.
just, it's too much attention being so young. It's, it's not good for anyone. So there's
It is
like
not.
adults know actors that like don't complain about that. No, the attention's too much. So for like a kid, it must be unbearable.
Did you know that is it John Cena and the brother from Hannah Montana are like the same age?
Really? Like
I think I
the
seen this.
guy.
Jackson.
Yeah.
Jackson was like 33 or something when they shot Hannah Montana.
They shot her.
When they filmed Hannah Montana. Okay, Alex,
Man,
that's
that show ended a lot different than what I remember.
Oh my God. She didn't actually make it to college. That was her heaven.
That's when she switched to Miley Cyrus.
I like to address the fact that Alex basically confirmed he's watched the entire Hannah Montana series.
And what?
Well, you said you knew how it ended, so clearly you've watched the whole series.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's been caught.
I loved Hannah Montana.
We've got a
Hannah Montana ends how the fall universe starts. Just dropping nukes on them.
And don't even get me started on the movie.
Right, let's go back to theory. So what? Give us information, Alex. How do people think he's alive? Have people seen him? I know in LA, at one stage there was an SS uniform found.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know how people because I don't think nobody's clearly seen him because he was like in hiding. I think it was just, well, apparently there's like FBI files and stuff like that there that claim to say that he has like arrived in Argentina and all this year. Like they must have. So I don't know whether people have made up fake documents pretending to be the FBI following him or whatever. Like, but it doesn't there's nothing that I can see that there has been actual physical sightings of him.
How many kids did he have?
I don't know.
That's what I wonder. Because I'm still like they grow up and completely like ruin the planet.
No, I think in terms of this conspiracy theory, it's just a lot of speculation and people just making up essentially whatever the heck they want to. I mean, there's another report here that says that now this one hits home a wee bit. Yeah. So it has been claimed that Hitler has been seen in Ireland dressed as a woman.
What?
Nah.
He's just going with the millennials. He's trying to disguise himself.
Yeah. So yeah, that's been this week's conspiracy theory.
Fair enough.
Is Hitler alive?
Did you hear about obviously for more people who play Call of Duty games and watch Call of Duty streamers, Syndicate and Vicstar are now done with Warzone until it's fixed.
Oh.
I just read that today because
Wait, what's happening with Warzone?
What happened to it?
Warzone is basically Activision were like, no, first 12 weeks made like 8 mil or whatever it was, made the money off the game. And what's then get started was, it's like they went, we've made our profit. Let's just forget about the game. People can play away with it. There's hackers, apparently. It's a stum hack, right? Which means you can constantly heal yourself.
Right.
And then there's aimbots. And they are ruining people's experience on Warzone. Like, people are like running through, the gas that comes out, the poisonous gas.
Yep.
And constantly stumming themselves. So they don't die.
Shit.
And there's aimbots, which obviously you can like shoot around walls and see everybody and shit, you know what I mean?
Has that stim thing not been a problem for ages though?
It was in a few Call of Duty games, but Activision's like fight back for this was I think it was 50,000 like accounts were blocked, but it's a free game. They can just make new accounts and jump back on use the exact same ones.
Yeah.
And that's Syndicate said that he's now not going back to it until they've actually put in like a cheat code software that's like, this is not allowed in this game. If you try and join, you get kicked and you get reported and you get blocked. And apparently the one with Vic was on like the BBC News. And he's just a YouTuber. Like usually not like YouTubers been on the news a lot, but he was on the news. It was like someone like, because he's so big, and it was like this YouTuber claims hackers and has now stopped playing, and it blew up apparently. And now Activision are doing something about it, but they're not doing enough. They're just banning accounts.
We are talking about Activision, who are like just one of the worst developers in the industry.
It's like, I know there's a skill behind creating games. I know that all this like information they must have in their head is so like extensive, but their games are just copy and paste.
Near enough, huh?
Should look at EA with all their sports games. It's like the big controversy with the newest Madden game, where literally they copy and pasted faces and all the assets. They even got the date in the game is the wrong date for that game. It's just,
I'd say what FIFA does the most is work on the background people in the crowds, and then back when they're like 2D people celebrating.
Yeah.
No, gaming's a $1 billion industry now, so that's why it makes news and stuff now. There's money to be made.
But games recently seem to be doing worse on release. If you look at the likes of Cyberpunk.
Well, that's because they come out and they're broken.
Yeah, I know, and it's like they'll put the game out and they'll go, right, we'll fix this later.
Yeah.
It's like it's a director going, we'll fix it in post. But they might be unfixable.
No, it's like the director saying, well, sure, we'll release the movie and then, we'll fix it in the director's cut next year.
So, Cats?
But it's ridiculous because games a while back, say a game that I never had any problems with, even though I know crashed a lot, would have been Fallout New Vegas. That never had any groundbreaking glitches.
Yeah, I mean the ragdoll system and the physics system sometimes fucked you over a while lot.
What do you mean?
Like sometimes if I ended up ragdolling or something, I just go. Sometimes I would just shoot halfway across the map. Just, I'd be like,
well, there are all the games I can use, but this is one game that I really like. I still play to this day. But it's like when games like that came out, were so good. When there's games come out half-assed recently these days.
It was as if back then, it was kind of okay. We'll accept that there's reason to the game being this buggy, but when it comes out now and it's worse than them games back then, like Cyberpunk was worse than fucking Fallout New Vegas. It's no excuse for that, and all the stuff they promised was just completely false.
Well, as I said, it comes back to that added attention on games. The fact that games haven't always been this in the sort of the main eye, and how everyone plays games in some form. And again, there's all these expectations. It always comes back to the management, deadlines, not given enough time. So it always comes back to the higher ups releasing the game. It's the guys who just sit there and make trees and cars in a game. It's not their fault. And they're probably sitting there thinking, I know people are going to hate this, but what can I do?
Yeah.
So it's all management.
And then also the fact that there's a global pandemic going on, so that's working from home.
Yeah, that doesn't help. HBO Max is doing a Harry Potter series, apparently.
Oh?
I sort of like early concept stage, but what was interesting was the kind of blowback, obviously, because J.K. Rowling it can't go 5 minutes without saying something controversial and getting herself into trouble. But I don't know. I think there's like people are saying that she's not even going to be a part of it. Sure, there's a new Harry Potter game supposed to be coming out next year, but apparently, like Warner Brothers confirmed that she has no part in it at all. Yes. So to like try and appease the people who are angry with her right now over her like trans comments.
She's white.
Has there been any like word on what it's going to be based on, the show?
Most like, again, there's no confirmed sort of like setting, but I'm assuming it's going to be set similar to the Fantastic Beasts movies, where it's like somewhere in the past. No, it won't be directly connected, or at least I don't think it should be, because that's what Fantastic Beasts is kind of doing, relying on.
Character.
I was just about to say that would actually be really cool if they did it whenever he was at
Voldemort's perspective.
Hogwarts. Oh no, I mean like, oh yeah, that would be cool too. But they could set the show around whenever he was actually at Hogwarts, because you see that wee bit from the Chamber of Secrets whenever in the flashback.
I always thought it'd be really interesting to see, well, either a TV show or a movie on the 4 founders of Hogwarts and how they actually built it.
Really good too.
Are they doing a movie about the cursed child?
I don't think so.
Well, you see, would they not have to? They would have to have J.K. Rowling in on that, because didn't she not?
Interestingly, she didn't. No, she actually didn't.
Did she not?
Yeah, no, she actually didn't. She kind of ticked off on it or whatever, but
yes,
no, she actually didn't write that. It was someone else.
Oh, well, then they probably could do that.
Reading the screenplay, because I've actually read it, you can tell she didn't write it. No.
Yeah.
It's to put it politely, shit. Apparently the stage performance is very good. The actors are great and the whole show is worth going to go see, but reading just the screenplay from a story perspective, it's
not great.
She didn't write it. It's very clear she didn't write it. It's very bad. As you can tell, I'm very hard to please.
Especially in terms of Harry Potter.
Yeah. I even have problems I've had problems with the Harry Potter movies as well. The books I really like the books, but I have problems with the movies themselves.
Well, hopefully this new show,
hopefully,
if and when it comes out, will actually be pretty decent.
Well, there's Amazon too. Got the Lord of the Rings TV series on the way.
Yeah,
which people are very, very skeptical about.
I think it's you kind of have to be. There's no point getting yourself extremely hyped for something and then
because obviously you've got the Hobbit trilogy, which didn't do very well.
No.
So people are very apathetic to any more Lord of the Rings stuff.
I think too.
How do you feel about that, Sean, as being a Lord of the Rings fan?
Well, I think there's people getting confused. From what I understand, it's not a remake of Lord of the Rings. No, it's not going to be like Frodo and the Ring over again, which a lot of people seem to think it is. But it's supposed to be set because the main Lord of the Rings films are set in what's called the Third Age. And this TV series is supposed to take place in the Second Age. And that's like a 1,000-year gap, or it's a huge time gap between them. So, there's like a lot more. It'll be all different characters and stuff. But I don't know. Every article I see about it or people on YouTube is always bashing it or like, oh, it's going to be doomed, and no one seems happy about it. So I don't know. I want it to be good, but I'm not being optimistic.
Yeah, I think the best way to sort of go into most movies, shows, and games now is just to be like, I don't care, and then don't get extremely hyped about it. And if it is good, then you're like, oh, okay, that was actually good.
Yeah.
Again, that's just, to go back to the whole, bringing up Star Wars and stuff, but all these series that have been run into the ground, and just constantly remaking stuff. There's no originality in movies anymore. So when something actually original comes along, it gets probably more praise than it deserves, but at least it's at least it's something, different.
Exactly. It's not just a rinse and repeat.
Yeah. So, I mean, look at that Joker, for instance, when that was, this is going to be very different, like a darker take. And there was all that news reports about how, it's going to incite violence and, oh my God. And there was all this, people losing their mind. It was almost like the media frenzy. They wanted something bad to happen to validate their concern. Yeah. And then nothing happened. Joker did incredibly well, won 11 Oscars or something. It's just like, shut up. No. And then they put all these articles in oh, well, and they try to backpedal. It's like, no. You said something was going to happen. Nothing did. It's just, I don't know.
Sure, that's always the way whenever, something slightly violent or,
It's like
Yeah, it's not like violent
anything.
movies have been around since, I don't know, forever.
Since basically like the first movies.
Sure, movie violence has probably got, it's like there's less restrictions, obviously, on what you're able to get away with these days compared to even 20 years ago or something. But there's always been violent movies, for decades. That's the whole, violent video game argument as well. It's like, if you play violent video games, makes you a violent person. I've been playing violent video games since I was 12, but I've never been in a fight in my life.
Yeah, by their logic, we should all be extremely violent people.
That's what I'm saying. By that logic, and it just makes no sense.
Right, I'm going to butt in here and let the audience know that the Media Morons podcast is now available on iTunes and Apple Podcasts at the minute. So, happy days.
Let's go.
The 3 episodes so far are up and available. But I'm going to move on to, I don't know if the audience remembers, but last episode, we predicted the fucking future. We were talking about the Pokemon cards that McDonald's releasing for the 25th anniversary, and we made a joke saying that it could go the way the PS5 has with like scalpers and stuff, and we made a joke about it, but it actually is happening. The McDonald's Pokemon cards are being scalped, and there's barely any, and parents are going crazy.
I'm going crazy.
So according to Kotaku, each McDonald's restaurant seems to have a different policy on how these packets are being sold, which is enabling scalpers to get their hands on them with relative ease. Some are buying Happy Meals like en masse to get the packs before throwing the food away. So like they throw the food away and just keep the packets. Others, meanwhile, are just simply showing up at McDonald's and asking to buy whole boxes of the Pokemon cards, or turning up at 5 a.m. so they can purchase the packs before anyone else. That's crazy. What the fuck? Why are they selling people?
Yeah.
Like, there should, McDonald's anyway should have a limit on how much shit you can buy. But I suppose, like, if it's for parties and stuff and they're lying,
Yeah. Yeah, I think definitely for the whole, like, buying the boxes, like, just don't allow them to buy boxes, because you know that's what's going to happen. And
I kind of feel bad for the Waynes. Like, there's definitely a few McDonald's where Waynes have went, can I have a Happy Meal? And they're like, no, we're sold out.
Never.
I know. I really wanted
Alex.
the Pokemon cards.
How are they sold out of? They're sold out of a Happy Meal, like, or there's just no toys.
Well,
just no cards. I mean, you're getting a Happy Meal, but no cards.
it's just a meal then. At the end of the day, there's nothing
happy
about it. Yeah,
it's just food.
Yeah, you're just getting a really small amount of food.
So these scalpers are then selling these boxes for like upwards of like £1,500, which is crazy.
I think that's like the worst thing. Like, the people who are going out and getting these aren't even interested in like the collectability of the actual cards themselves.
Yeah.
Alex
they're just sitting there being like,
he's upset.
I want those cards for my collection.
Didn't you used to work at McDonald's a few years ago, Alex?
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
It's like 5 years ago now at this point. Jeepers.
You would have gotten an advance notice that those Pokemon cards were coming in. Like, your pockets would be full.
I would have been one step ahead of the scalpers.
There is no.
I would have been selling it to them. But yeah, I am very upset, because it seemed like it would have been such an easy solution to the problem.
Oh my god, yeah. One guy tweeted out here, Jake Jacobson, what a name.
That is some name.
My mom works at McDonald's in southern Indiana, and her store is limited to only selling 5 packs per person per day, because someone bought 3 cases, around 450 packs from another store in the area, which is all that store had. The whole fucking everything. What? So
I'll take your entire stock.
Oh shit. We gotta limit this somehow. Crazy.
But like, who sold him that? Like, did somebody not have to be like, oh well, that's all of the cards that we have, so no, you're not like it's not
Well,
like
I
you
mean,
stole them. Like you
then
went
I
in
mean-
and
it is
purchased
America.
them.
Alex, you're assuming that everybody likes their job as well. There's definitely
Well, yeah,
someone
this is
there
true.
that just
Wants
that
to
wanted
watch
to
it win,
cause chaos. Yeah.
I have no
This is
opinion
very
on this
true.
because I don't like Pokemon. So that's why I'm being so quiet.
Fucking degenerate.
Just
I can see that text coming. Glenn, we don't want you in the next podcast.
yeah, it's not even going to be a text. We're just going to tell you right now, Glenn, don't come back.
Due to creative differences.
We'll
Mine-
move on to the, everybody's favorite part of the podcast.
That's
is
definitely my favorite part
questionnaire.
anyway.
The questionnaire quiz, the trivia quiz.
Like I said earlier when we said we recorded this yesterday, these are entirely new questions, so we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know them at all. Ethan was the only one who knows them.
So we have a new set of questions. Unlucky because Sean did
Sean
one.
won.
Sean did one yesterday, but that point has to be unfortunately taken away. So now Sean,
Sean
is,
has
Sean is
zero
still in the lead. Sean's still in the lead with 1 point.
With 1 point.
2 weeks ago.
I mean,
Or a week ago.
realistically here, we talked about this before, but Sean didn't technically win that last week either. Sean, you're a cheater.
It is what it is. Are you ready?
Right, start.
Let's
So
get
the
it.
first topic, the first genre is video games. Okay.
Ethan.
No, Dion, it's our view. Some are here for the games. Right, it's not all about you. Right. Hazard
So
a guess.
you said Dion up be fail already.
No,
Exactly.
no, because there's the other genre is movies as well. So right. We're starting with video games, right? So first question: which video game holds the record for having the highest budget ever to produce?
Cyberpunk?
Nope. I'm gonna have that countdown music. Bum, bum, ba-da-da-dum,
Fortnite?
boom. No, you have 5 seconds. 4,
Tetris?
3.
Dead Space 2.
Nope. It was Grand Theft Auto 5 with an
Jeepers.
estimated budget of 256 million, which costs more to make than many major motion films.
I just said Dead
That's
Space 2
mental.
because it's sitting in front of me. So
Glenn's like, what's the first game I can see?
What the fuck? So second question. The word Pokemon is generally understood to be translated from which phrase?
Pocket monsters.
Oh, damn you, Sean!
Yep.
I was just about to say
Pokemon
it.
is
As you were
stylized
saying the question, I was like, I
contraction
know the answer.
Of Pocket Monsters, which the series was originally called in Japan. Damn, there you go. Sean was quick to that.
That's a fun fact.
So
Question
3.
for you, Ethan. See if I know
go
the
for it.
answer to a question. Am I allowed to interrupt you before you finished?
no.
Absolutely.
What?
Let's go.
If you think you know, you fire ahead. What is the name of the final course in all Mario Kart games?
Rainbow Road.
Oh, holy shit. Yeah, that's it. Rainbow Road. Alex got it. Sean and Alex with a point each.
It's
Next
on.
question. The Kingdom of Hyrule is the main setting for which
Zelda.
classic... Oh.
Oh my god, I barely. Oh, this is so. I don't play Zelda. I don't give a shit about Pokemon. I don't really play Mario. What the fuck?
Well, and get educated. Okay, last video game genre question. Underground, Hot Pursuit, and Most
Need for
Need for
Wanted.
Speed.
Oh, he said that first. Oh, he said that first.
It was
I think it was
Alex.
Alex. I think it was Alex. Oh,
This was Alex's time to shine.
jeez. Right, so Alex has won the first round with 3 points, and Sean closest with 1 point. But I feel like some of these are going to make the points up in this section. Although I will be honest, these questions are pretty tough. These movies and TV show questions.
Oh no.
So this is where Alex could fall completely downhill.
Yep.
So the first question of movies and TV shows. In Modern Family, what college football team was Cameron the starting center?
Oh no.
It was like Missouri
No.
something.
5, 4.
Don't put a timer on. Don't put a timer on.
You're going to say it and I'm going to kick myself.
Okay, right. Well, at the end of that, nobody got that right. It was the University of Illinois.
Wait, I thought you were looking for the team name.
What?
I thought you were looking for the team name.
That is the University of Illinois.
No, that's the university name.
Look, listen to the question.
No.
The Wildcats. It was the Wildcats.
For what college football team? So the University of Illinois football team, not the name of the football team. What college?
You need to specify
I
because it sounds
said
like
that.
you're asking.
I say we
what
all get
college.
points for Ethan not
I
specifying
said-
too well. We all get points.
I think
But
that
that's
should
the
be
same
voided.
as us all not getting points.
We void the question.
Ethan's lost a point.
Okay. Number 2. Which knight known as the Bold joins with Daenerys in season 3 of Game of Thrones?
Oh my god, what do you call him?
Oh.
Is it Jon Snow?
Oh,
Hodor?
Oh no.
it's
Boromir?
Sir Barristan,
I'll give you it. Barristan Selmy.
the old man. Yeah, Sir Barristan, the old man.
Yep.
I was going to say that.
Great actor, by the way. Great scenes. Broke my heart.
Did Dion that she really had to dive into the archives there to get that?
He was like the only one that never wanted Daenerys as anything more than like a companion. I miss him.
Oh,
Okay, number 3. In the pilot episode for The Vampire Diaries, who is
Oh.
attacked and left bleeding from a bite?
Vicky.
Oh,
Vicky?
jeez.
I haven't watched any
never
of
seen
these
that
shows
show.
either. My hands gone
I'm
up.
telling you,
I'm
man,
out.
I went all out for the movies and TV shows. I give you hard questions and random
watch
ones.
The
I don't even know
Vampire
the answer to these.
I don't watch Game of Thrones. Man, I didn't have points. I was gonna give my points to someone. I just drop out.
Okay, so at the minute, Alex has 3, Dion has 2, and Sean has 1. And
Oh, no.
Glenn's not even left the starting line.
Oh, I've got
hasn't
minus
even
points.
done anything.
Glenn's having a milkshake before he starts.
Okay,
He'll get there.
number 4. In the lands of Game of Thrones,
Oh, come
what
on.
is the
Fuck
capital
you.
of Westeros?
King's
Bangkok.
Landing.
Oh, Dion got it.
Bangkok.
Did you say Bangkok? Bangkok. Right.
Oh my god.
Can I
Oh,
get a
Dion,
point
it's
for
on.
comedy?
There we go, Alex.
Right.
Is this the final question too?
The final question. Alex has 3, Dion has 3. The decider. What was Inspector Gadget's evil counterpart's name?
Dr. Claw.
Sean got that.
Sean just threw
Hey,
a curveball into the mix
hey.
here.
Tie break, bitch.
Hey,
Wait,
so
does that mean Sean's got 3 or does he have 2?
no. Alex has 3, you have 3, and Sean has 2. But I now have to go and find another question. And if Sean gets this question before you 2, then he's back in it.
Oh man.
He's back in.
He is back in.
And then you gotta find another question.
Let me just go.
Da-da-da-da-da,
And
and
find
And then I start
Gadget.
answering them right.
Glenn starts making a
Nah,
comeback.
that's not gonna happen.
Do you mind Inspector Gadget though? That was such a good, like, I loved the TV show. The films were good, but I loved the animation.
Right. I have found it. Now, I've gone for another Game of Thrones question because
But
it's the most like, you know,
Go to like Walking Dead or Scrubs or something like Friends.
Man,
Not
you watch
Friends.
a
Not
Stop.
Friends.
Ethan,
Watch
continue.
Scrubs.
if I get this question right, I'm gonna be so surprised.
okay, you ready? What is the real first name of the Game of Thrones character known as Littlefinger?
Hodor.
Peter.
Pete.
Yes.
It's half for Bro Johnson.
There we go. Dion is
I
this
was
week's-
never gonna get that.
is
Peter
this
really
week's
creeped me out.
winner. So in the leaderboard, Sean has 1 and Dion also has 1. So
I've
there
come
we go.
Look at
Close.
us go.
too many times.
Alex, you're just one away from
Alex
victory.
has come close so many times. The first week, Alex.
I got beat by Sean in the
maybe
decider,
should've-
didn't I?
Maybe should have won. Yeah. That's it for this podcast. Thank you very much for listening. Subscribe to us or follow us on Spotify and iTunes or Apple Podcasts. Please share. Be much appreciated. Any final words?
Bangkok, really, Glenn?
Listen, I wasn't gonna get it right. So I just